Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. Well, today I'm going to show you some new toys. We're going to be working with the wood grain texture plate. That's the new one in the Occasion Mini. This is, well, I call it Mini, that's what it used to call, but they're the big one. It's the holiday catalog, I should say. And then we're going to be working at the same time with the leaf one. The wood grain and the leaf, it's on page 33. So this is in the embossing folder, the wood grain, and then the big dies, the autumn accent, that's all the leaf with the acorn. So I'm going to show you how to do these lovely leaves. See how they're pretty? And they all texture. So I'm going to show you how to do this. First thing you want to do is decide which leaf you want and punch out your leaf. This is what come in the die. I'm going to punch them out of this here so then you can see. This is the 4 leaves that you're getting, and then you get the acorn. After you decide which color that you want to have in your leaf, to make it so you get the lines on it, like you can see I get the lines on mine, because when you cut them, they're plain like this. And then you get a stamp set you can stamp to they would match this, but I wanted to have some texture on it, and the best texture is going to be the wood grain for this, personally for my choice. So what you do after you decide what leaf you want, or all the leaf, take your score, Simply Score, put your leaf on it, and score from the point to the bottom, straight down. The one that it's a little bit more tricky, it is the tiny little, not the tiny one, it's this one here. It kind of curl, that's okay. Just take this, do a line. And why I say to do this, it's kind of hard to take your leaf and try to fold it, so this help out. This tiny one, it's not too bad, but this help a lot. So then you can just fold, even if it's not right in two, then it's going to be more natural. This big maple leaf, well, that's, I mean, it's perfectly equal on the same side. So after you're going to do this, let's move the Simply Score away. Then you're going to take the wood grain texture plate and fold your leaves in two. Put it in your texture plate. You don't want to put it straight up and down. If you do that, your leaf going to be all stripes, really, or not stripe, or it's going zigzag, whatever, it going like a V from the center. So you want to take this and put it this way, sideways. So you see when you close it, your line going to go sideways on your leaves when you're done embossing it. Well, I wanted to speed up the process, so I done this, and then I got my leaf done right here. See the perfect line you get? One thing I'm going to warn you, one side they're raised up and one side they go down. That's okay, it gives the perfect texture. And if you can see on this here, to add a little bit, I sponge around and then I use the smudge spritz. So, excuse me, I'm going to show you how to use the spritz too. And we're going to put that there. Let's put a piece of a scrap paper there so we can work after. First thing you're going to do is you're going to sponge. You can sponge in the same color, or me, I sponge mine in soft suede. It's just add a little bit of dimension on your leaf, and it's just add a tiny bit. You can even add some on a little bit here and there on where it's raised up. So let's sponge this, and then I did the acorn in the summer smooth. Not summer smooth, summer star fruit. I was thinking of the spray. So the acorn that we're going to be doing, it's the summer star fruit. Here's our acorn, the same thing. And then I did another piece of the acorn, and I cut the top. And I embossed this in the square lattice to give that look there. You see? So I sponged this. Now I'm going to put my top on. And really, I should not emboss, but sponge a little bit to give a little bit more lift. Here we go. And now you put this on top. See how simple it is? Oops, you want to match them though. Voila. How simple is this? What I did with the acorn, I'm going to show you one. Let's see, when you cut your acorn, it's like this. So you would punch one in the summer star fruit, and then the other one I did in soft suede. You cut it right there where it start going poofy there. I just take this and cut it, round it up a little bit. So then voila, you get your perfect top. And after I cut it, then I pass it in the square lattice. Okay, now that we're done with the sponging, oh, I had another one. Here it is. So on this card that I'm showing you, I decided to use every piece on the die, so then you can see all the leaves very good. So I get my 4 leaves and I get my acorn. Take your smudge. Never say your smudge spritz, because it's gonna, if you shake it, it make the hair bubbles in it. So I just turn it. See, I just turn my, after that, it's all mixed good. Make sure you won't see how far I am. About, I would say, 9 to 12 inch away. And then the first one, do on this, just on the side. And then just spray it all good. And then when I'm done with my smudge, when I'm done a project like this, I go upside down and I spray it a few times. That take everything off the nozzle off, and then it don't get clung for the next time use. Okay, now we're going to move that. Let's move this, and I'm going to remove those paper. Here we go. Now I prepare, this is early espresso, and again I use the grain, the wood grain on crumb cake. I'm going to use a soft suede, and I just going to add a little bit here and there to make it look even more grainy. Oops. I won't add everywhere, just here and there. So then it really looks like it's the wood grain with more color. What happens when you use a sponge or the dauber on your embossing, when you use the embossing folder, it really brings the design up. We're going to take this. This is our crumb cake with the wood grain. We're going to glue that on our early espresso, and then we're going to build our leaves. I'm going to put one there, no, there, and then we're going to put our acorn there. This is how I'm going to build it. And then we're going to use one of those new buttons. So today it's all about new stuff. We're going to use the bronze button. So everything I'm using today, it's pretty much coming from the mini. You want to make sure that your leaves are very dry before you start building, because it seems it don't want to stick good. Mine are still kind of wet a little bit, but we're going to make it work. Here we go. And I'm all using dimensional for those sleeves to make it raised up from my piece of wood there. I say wood, but you know it's the cardstock. I'm going to put that one under this. And then this tiny little one. This tiny little one here, I'm going to put that one right here. And you're wondering why it's nothing there. I'm going to show you something. We're going to take our button, and this, again, it's the new button in the mini catalog. It's the Brush Bronze. I'm going to take a piece of 3/8 taffeta ribbon, and I'm using the crumb cake. And I'm going to pass this in. This. And then I could always use the twine like I did the other one to put my bow on it. That looked funny like this, but I would run out of time. I'm gonna put my acorn right there, and then this gonna come right there. I'm gonna have to finish it with a little bow on top. Voila, is that pretty or what? I think those sleeves are gorgeous. And look, like I said, this one I did the twine on top. I won't have time to twist that around. And this one here, it's the same thing, but I used the jewelry tag to put a little tag on it. So this is it with the wood grain and the new autumn accent. So hope you learned something new. Until next time, happy stamping.